Welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Trails Beyond the Horizon with Kellador. We are wrapping up the Center Marsh. We have people to talk to on the balcony and stuff to talk to for this side quest. Yeah, and then we'll head to another district. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know in the comments who your favorite character is so far in this one. Since we have such an amalgamation from prior stories. Who you liking? I mean, I'm a fan of Elaine, and I mean always Ren. Always Ren. So. I need a taco that can blow Shino's bar out of the water, but the ideas just aren't coming to me. How hard can it be to come up with the culmination of my whole life's work? Come on, brain. Think! Yeah, how fitting that it's pouring at a time like this, as I'm drowning in the sea of my culinary quandary. And this lady just opened up her own stall after leaving that taco place. She's the one who loves all those weird combinations, right? It's one hell of a funk she's in. Yep, she unilaterally labeled Shino as her business rival and has been pendulum swinging from happy to anxious ever since. If she seems to be, it's something of an impasse. Maybe we should try talking with her. Hey! My distress isn't some spectacle for your personal amusement. If you're going to stand there flapping your mouths, and buy some goddamn tacos. Or if you've got something to say it. Okay. We'll admit, we were curious what was up with you. Still, running face first into a brick wall is totally normal, no matter what you're trying to do. Instead of stressing yourself silly, don't you think it'd be a good idea to shift gears and try something else for a bit? If I could do that, I wouldn't be stressing myself out. Wait, hold up. I've heard about you guys from Gordon. You're those odd jobbers that help people who are in a fix. And perhaps it was the work of fate that you overheard my cries of misery. Okay, it's settled. You are going to help me. Could you find some hints that will light the path in my brain to the creation of a new... No, the ultimate taco. Someone's awfully pushy. But I get it. Artists like her have this natural inclination to obsess over their work. Somehow, I get the feeling it might be fun going along with this. Since you look like you're working your heart out aiming for the top, I want to help however I can. If that's how you guys feel, I don't mind taking this on. Then it's settled. All I need is just a hint of what direction to go. Then I feel like I'll be able to whip up something incredible. Maybe you could solicit opinions as a reference point? If you could do that, the door to the ultimate taco will be swung open. Is that a fact? In that case, I'll need to figure out who to ask. We shouldn't discount the perspectives of picky chefs and food sellers. There are also the foodies who go around trying different menu items at various restaurants. Or maybe my classmate Edmund would be a good choice. I could see him being in the most unexpected of places searching for a new restaurant, but maybe we can still find him.
Okay, time to get to work.
The ultimate taco. I feel like I should be doing this one on a Tuesday. Can't come up with a new groundbreaking taco recipe for the life of me. All I need is a point in the right direction, something to bust down the wall between me and that next frontier. Do you, though? Do you really? Here's something. What would you... In the comments, what would you guys put as the ultimate taco? Hey, Risha and Ashin.
Aaron, everyone!
Oh, hey! You're actually here in the capital.
Thanks for all your help last night. Oh, and I see Judith is with you today.
Yeah, I heard you really helped out last night. I'd heard you were working for Ashin lately, but it didn't really click till just now. Hello there, Ashen. It's good to see you again. How's it going, everyone? Last we met was in April during the festival, if I recall correctly.
It's great to see you all again. Oh my. And it seems the divine blade of Ikaruga is with you.
Yeah, I decided to help out in my spare time since things were getting so so worrying. Worrying. I see. Well, either way, it's reassuring to have you here. Don't think I didn't hear that. Anyway, she's just here as a bit of insurance. That's all. So, about that creepy-ass ceremony you and Van busted up last night. Got any new info about it? Or maybe about whatever that invisible monster thing was? And also, the young enforcer from the society who's gone missing? Nothing, unfortunately. There's been no change with any of the Easterners we took in. They can barely remember a thing, including just how and when they went missing in the first place. They're all conscious now, at least, and we've been able to talk with them. But there are quite a number of people who still reported missing, even beyond this group. I'm certain there's still something going on. I see. It's crazy to think that that many people could have just vanished here in the Republic.
Quite so. With this in mind, it would be safe to assume there are more meetings, just like the one you encountered, happening in other locations.
Hi, Cao. Ugh. Of course, you guys had to show up too. Figures that if this asshole's here, you're right there with him to shove your nose into things.
My, it's good to see you and your compatriots well, Aaron. As you've no doubt heard, the Liu and Li families are in charge of our organization's activities here in the capital. As such, I've come to Lady Ashen in order to exchange information relating to last night's incident.
I requested their help in looking into some of the people we took into our care. I believe your message mentioned that you'd recently discovered something.
Using a certain method, we were able to uncover a few bits of information that may prove useful. For those of you who are not part of Heiyue, I wouldn't be averse to sharing them with you, provided the price is right.
Arrogant prick. That's fine. We've got some info of our own we can swap for it. Huh. So while you still don't know just how many Easterners have gone missing, all the ones you were able to trace made their way here to Edith. That right? Indeed. By all accounts, it would appear as though they were led here via some manner of subconscious suggestion. I'm certain you'll find that to be the case for the other ethnicities among the missing persons as well. Subconscious suggestion? Is that even possible to pull off on so many people? It's not impossible, at least. There are a number of ways you could do it. Talismans, needles, drugs, hypnosis, and so on. But also, there's what happened back in March. Oh, you're right. You called it corrosion, is that right? I heard about it from Ashen and Judith. Right, though in the end, all that was erased, like it never even happened. I remember what happened over those 3 days, albeit vaguely. You can't say for certain that what's going on now is unrelated to that incident, can you? You sure about this? Given the circumstances, we can't keep it secret. After all, Ashen already experienced it herself. Ah, you mean that time I was being controlled, right? I still feel like I haven't apologized enough to Van and Aaron about that. I told you, it's fine. Stop worrying about it already. So, that is the legacy left behind by the father of the Orbital Revolution. Seeing it up close, the details are different, but it certainly resembles the device we saw last night. On that topic, one of the people in our care sketched this out for us once they awoke. Wait, this... Could that be the device you two saw last night? Well, what's the verdict? Well, remember, we only got a vague glimpse of it through the stealth mode that kid had on. Even so, I'm fairly certain this is it. Hey, you said yourself their memories are full of holes. How'd you get them to draw something so detailed? This is Heiyue we're talking about. I'm sure they had no problem using their own drugs or hypnosis to really dig deep into their minds. Is this true? Dig into their minds? You can do that? I'm aware of certain military-grade substances that function similarly to truth serums. Our method makes use of talismans, I understand, so it shouldn't have caused the subject any harm. Right? Well, that's correct. There's no need to worry for their well-being. I was even sure to offer them remuneration for their troubles. Incidentally, the person in question even witnessed the young man who was there without his invisibility activated. We had an artist create this drawing based on the description we got, so it should be fairly accurate. You may as well take that one for yourselves. We've already given copies to the guild and the police. Gotcha. Much appreciated. Looking it over, it's got the same feel as the real one, but the details and workmanship are completely different. I agree, but I'm certain it's related somehow. I'll also be sure to save it as a digital image, just in case. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good clue. Guess we owe you guys. Van and his group proceeded to share a majority of the info they had with Ashen and Sao in return for the sketch. They also exchanged promises to share any new info each of their groups came across as soon as possible.
Want to go watch the next launch?
Incidentally, Lady Ashen, you'll be leaving the capital this evening, I understand? Shall I pass on the gift you promised Master Shin the other day in that case? Oh, yeah, thanks. That'd be a big help. Oh? Is something the matter?
I already told you to quit calling me Lady, Tao. You're with the Lee family now, and the head's older brother on top of that. There's no reason for you to be so deferential with me anymore.
So you say. But the fact remains that I am tremendously indebted to the Liu family. Not to mention my more than a decade's tenure as your attendant. I wouldn't trade even a day of it for the world. So please, bear with me in my attempts to rectify these clumsy mannerisms of mine. In the meantime, I deeply apologize for any discomfort they cause you, my lady.
Four Eyes has game. And here I thought the man only jockeyed for power. He's a dangerous one. My brother is kind to the people close to him. If there's some other meaning to it, I couldn't say. Honestly, watching how he acts with Ashen has me rethinking my impression of him a bit.
Guys, give me your takes here. He totally did that on purpose, right? Just to throw me for a loop?
Settle down, Ashen. Granted, we don't really know a lot about Sao personally. But I think it's pretty clear that you're someone special to him, you know? Yeah, I can feel this breath of sincerity all around him, unlike usual. Indeed, the look in his eyes is quite a gentle one. Mm-hmm. I can't math out your chances, but there's no reason to back down now, is there? You're right. Well, so be it. I'll just have to keep close and remind you until it sticks. In return, though, I might make a little request of you, too. Nothing specific right this second or anything, but are we agreed? Oh, very well. As you wish. I actually look forward to it. Just what manner of quandary will my lady ask me to solve? Yeah.
Want to go watch the next launch?
I've heeded Lady Ashen's requests to the letter since she was a babe. As for whether that will hold true, just a heads up, Tao. You pull any shit that makes her cry, and it'll be the last thing you ever do. I shall take that threat to heart, in light of the pain you visited on me the previous time. I won't let him toy around with me forever. Like, seriously. Now that we're no longer master and servant, I was hoping he'd be a little more... Lady Ashen? Oh, ignore me.
Apropos of nothing, Yin. That is to say, Risha Mao. I've got a question to pose, if you would permit.
Yes, of course. What is it?
Oh? Now where's this going? Come to think of it, didn't the two of them come to the Blacklight District together last night? Yeah, they made for a pretty synced up pair of martial masters at
I
that.
shall speak plainly. Should you have no object of affection, nor anyone to whom you are betrothed, what would you say to becoming Mrs. Fun Lee? Or, rather, Mrs. Gowlong?
I...
Oh my goddess! When was that ever on the table? He's got to be joking, right? You can't just drop that on her out of the blue. Take it from his own flesh and blood. Such acts are rather typical of him. While I want my brother to lead the Lee family, I also want to leave it to my progeny. There is no question that children born between us would be strong. No matter whose descendants leadership falls to, ours would surely be able to handle the responsibilities. What do you think?
I see. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm afraid I must respectfully decline.
Lloyd would be happy to hear that. Huh? While it's true that Yin is a part of me, I am now a citizen of Crossbell, and Arkansas is a part of me too. Caught between two such disparate lives, I could never be the worthy partner you were looking for. It is true that I am not well acquainted with this other life of yours. But even if you are dividing yourself between two endeavors, your martial prowess is indisputable. You may consider my earlier proposal rescinded. But even so, I fully intend to pay Crossbell a visit. We can revisit this again once I've seen this Moon Princess of Arkansas in action. I doubt my answer will change, but we'd be more than happy to welcome you to our show. I already thought something was off about this guy. Makes a girl jealous, though, seeing a guy make the first move on her. Definitely. In theory, I mean, speak for yourself. Who in their right mind wants to be proposed to in front of a crowd? It would seem he is indeed outclassed. But, as his brother, I will commend him for his words. Guy's barking up the wrong tree. Way I hear it, she's super close with that cop in Crossbell who saved the country last time it was in crisis. Oh, brother. Let's just hope Gao Long doesn't spark some international incident over there.
Want to go watch the next launch?
Yeah. That whole progeny part would have left anyone dumbfounded. Still, what matters most to me, that which I hold dear, hasn't changed one bit. All of a sudden, I find myself wanting to see them again. So unyieldingly firm. It only enamors me all the more. Though I shall relent for now, Crossbell should expect a visit from me in due time. Lucky for Crossbell. More problems. All right. Well, with that out of the way...
Come on,
Oh,
and have a look.
let's see. Before we go too far...
How's business treating you?
Pardon me.
All I've got to say is, don't underestimate the impact a vegetable can have. When it comes to taco fillings, you may see folks toss in sliced cabbage or bell peppers or what have you, but generally, compared to the meat, the ingredient selection can end up pretty slapdash. Good point. For some reason, the meat feels more like the star. And there, you see, lies the grave misconception. Getting finicky over a single vegetable can alter the dish's entire profile. Let's demonstrate with these 2 tomatoes here. Compare how they taste for me, Van. Van sampled the 2 tomatoes old man Romaine provided. Well? These couldn't possibly be more different. The first one's sweet and juicy, not a lick of sourness. The seeds were so small, I barely noticed them. Leans more fruit than vegetable at that point. Second was decently tart and only mildly sweet, but it more than makes up for that with a deep, rich savoriness. It's probably about as close to ideal as you can get for making a soup or sauce. I see. Though both are technically tomatoes, different varieties of the same vegetable will be suited toward different applications. In other words, you're saying it's important to be particular about that when assessing which produce to use. Well, you're halfway there, young lady. True, many vegetables out there were selectively bred for varying purposes, and yes, a discerning eye for them is vital. But the tomatoes I had Van try actually came from the same variety. Direct relatives, you could call them. You serious? You just told us they tasted like total opposites. Is it the environment they were grown in that sets them apart then? Bingo! And while they share identical origins, these tomatoes are now distinct brands from separate farming communities. Their respective soils each come with their own mineral compositions, cultivation methods, companion plants, and terrestrial heats. So you can see just how much the terroir, or rather the state of the land as a whole, can change how a vegetable turns out. All the more given the diversely abundant climates found across the Zemurian continent. Yep. Far as I'm concerned, vegetables are nothing less than the blessed bounty of nature. As long as she takes to heart when considering which varieties to buy and where they were sourced, the taste of her tacos will be totally transformed, even if the meat, shell, and sauce stay exactly the same. Well, it's definitely a take Primo might not have factored. But beyond that, teaching just how much vegetables can affect her flavors will open a whole world of options on how to mix things up. Thanks, Romaine. Lots of food for thought here. Badoom ching. But... let's go check Seaton really quick.
To the objective.
I have a feeling that there's more to this, yes. And if we get all of them, we get bonus SP rather than just completing the quest. Okay, so we will talk to her after we talk to everybody else.
Got something to ask you.
Tacos, huh? I'm not too experienced with them, so there's not much I can say. But I assume the dough is just as important for them as for things like noodles, especially soba. And bread? Sure, no matter how particular you are about the sauces and other ingredients, it's all pointless without good dough. But if the dough is good, it'll be delicious even without toppings. Something tells me that woman puts more stock into ingredients and sauces. Then it's possible she doesn't know how to improve the dough. It's not just about improving the quality. One small change in the dough can affect the entire dish. True, even the texture of soba changes quite a bit based on the ratio of buckwheat and wheat flour, right? Yeah, and there are other variants of soba with shiso or ashitaba kneaded into the dough. Certain breads also combine various types of wheat and grain flours to create unique flavors and aromas. You're right. Breads and cookies can have completely unique flavors just based on the types of grains they're made with. I heard some bakeries even use this to draw interest. It sounds like there's be plenty of room for innovation in tortillas, too. In any case, adding a personal touch to dough sounds new and exciting. Might be difficult to prepare, but I don't think she's someone who skimps on effort. You've been a big help. Thanks. Again, I'm only an amateur, but I'm happy to be of any help. Distinguishing ingredients. And we learned all about buckwheat dough in Daybreak 1, and how that can affect noodle consistency and other things. Ginny's whereabouts. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Let's check Old Town.
Heading to the objective.
Victor might have something to say. Lo and behold,
Candy? This place is so cozy. I might never leave.
If I may trouble you a moment.
some young lady out there's having taco troubles, huh? Sounds a fair ways out of my scope. Hey, you got your own experiences and hardline values as a chef, don't you? I'd wager there's a lesson or two in there that she can learn from. Our client's still only just starting out in this field, so I think some words from a culinary veteran like yourself will resonate with her. At the least, I've never had a slump like hers when it comes to thinking up a new recipe. But I've also never had any doubts about who I am as a chef. There's one piece of advice I have, it's to remember what you started for. When you find yourself hitting a wall, that's your cue to go back to your roots. I've seen plenty of people break out of their ruts by doing just that, as a matter of fact. It's certainly possible that external influences have caused her to deviate from her intended direction. In that sense, returning to her initial perspective may allow her to properly collect her thoughts. It does feel like she's lost her way a few times over. Maybe resetting to square one will do just the trick. Yeah, thanks for the input, Pops. I knew you'd keep it simple, straight shooting. All I did was speak from my own experience. But if those experiences prove useful to the younger folk, I won't complain. Okay, we've heard 3 things that might make for good reference points. Is that enough? I feel like we're a little short on info, but maybe we could still go ahead and report back to her. Oh no, we're gonna find everybody. That's not even a question. Not even a question. Okay, let's go to Tyrell real quick, because I want to catch a movie.
Let's do this.
Searching.
Oh, I feel like I saw something I shouldn't have. Thanks to Human Game, I feel like I'll never trust people again. How thrilling! This is what I was waiting for. The guilty pleasure of being immersed in a movie. Oh, the film's rated 12 and up, by the way. I'm not breaking any rules. Not that I think there should be any restrictions with movies. That said, it'd be a real pain if some idiot tried to imitate something they saw in a movie and it became a whole thing. I've heard rumors about Gloria, La Revue. Apparently last night's rehearsal was incredible. It's been drawing a lot of attention. Gloria's film adaptation was actually very well regarded too. Perhaps we ought to rerun the film in tandem with the stage show. I mean, if you want. Shinobi punk Isayoi, huh? I am curious about what these Eastern shinobi are like. But is this film even accurate to the culture and history? Seems like shallow entertainment, but it also looks kind of fascinating. It's been a while since I struggled to decide whether to see a film or not. Hold on! Isn't today the student tennis tournament? I'm pretty sure Aramis is participating, but Remiferi and LeBurl are just way too good at tennis. Yeah, I bet both Ardent First High School and Genis Royal Academy are going to be on top this year. Of course, Thor's tennis club has been rising through the ranks too. They'll definitely be leaving their mark on the competition. Really? That's exciting! School tennis tournament, huh? I wonder if the bookie's taking bets. Ooh, bet on Yuna. I can't believe Lyle can't make it. You said he got called into work out of nowhere? Yeah, he delivers food. He wasn't even scheduled to work, but they asked him to make deliveries because he's got an orbital scooter. He's way too much of a pushover, I swear. Well, whatever. That just means we got to enjoy the movie enough for him, too. Big budget films are great and all, but I'm more into movies like Human Game. It shows the ugliness of humanity in such detail that it makes you want to look away, but I'm planning to watch every second. Unfortunately, probably isn't really Lyle's speed. Thelma said as much, but Shinyon really is easy to read. Though Lyle is too. Only the goddess knows how things will go from here. In terms of major film distributors, we have United Star, Orion Films, Kowloon Pictures, and these days, even Vegas Films, whose numerous hits have helped them gain in popularity. Their rankings in the box office shift every year, so it's always exciting to keep tabs on things. Perhaps the Republic's film culture has blown up like this, in part because these companies have been vying for the top.
Welcome.
What's playing right now? Watched it. I guess we're watching Human Game. Now, who should I invite to see it with me? Rosette? Shizuna.
Screen 2 will be opening its doors shortly. Please keep all T-phones on silent and
No. Still Rosette. Hold on. What do we got? Status. L2? No. What about here? Battle? Ord state. Extra, read all about it. Not what I want. Oh, connect. Yes. Rosette's at 50. Ketra. Ooh. Ketra and Judith. Yeah, probably Ketra and Judith. Can't take Yorda. Yep, Ketra and Judith it is.
Welcome.
Human Game. Ketra. Oh, Judith is not an option. Well, then Rosette. man headed into the theater with his company of choice, having decided to take a break from work. My two shielders. A young man named Gil took on a mountain of debt by co-signing a loan with his best friend, who he trusted more than anyone, but it had all been a ruse. The amount was far more than he could ever hope to pay back, but just as he'd fallen into despair, he stumbled upon a possibility. Gil received an invite from an unknown center to a game show with a massive payout. But this competition was a twisted one, where the participants were forced to cast aside their dignity and risk life and limb for money. Despite being put on parade like an animal for the event's wealthy hosts, Gil managed to claim victory after victory. That was largely thanks to another young man named Adam, with whom he had cooperated and come to trust deeply over the course of several games. Although their reasons for getting involved in the games differed, they shared a common bond and quickly became friends. Eventually, Gil and Adam were forced to confront the climax of the event, Hell's Seesaw.
Looks like 55 Degrees is up next. The incline on Hell's Seesaw is getting really steep now. Oh, and we're losing players left and right, with many of our contestants dropping out in every sense of the word.
Just a little longer, Gil. Hang in there. As long as we get that mirror home, we win in the end.
I know. You think I'd lose after having gotten this far? Just 3 more games. Just 3 more games, and then I can settle the score.
That's the spirit, Gil. Grab on!
Huh? Adam, what are you doing?
It's going to take every single mirror in the prize pool to pay for my little sister's surgery.
Oh-ho! An unexpected betrayal this late in the game? Does that mean the trust between them was just a clever ruse?
I hate to have it end this way, but I'm winning this alone. I'm sorry.
Adam? Was this your plan right from the start? Just you wait! I swear one day I'll get you back for this!
I was on the edge of my seat, wondering what might happen next throughout the entire film. It was quite exhilarating. I was caught off guard by Adam's betrayal of Gil in particular. So, even you didn't see that coming. Definitely made for a good surprise, that's for sure. But still, I would have thought you of all people would have predicted it, given the bits of foreshadowing sprinkled here and there. I'm ashamed to admit this was my first exposure to the genre, in either novel or movie form. Further, I don't engage in gambling of any sort. However, it was for those reasons that I found this a delightfully fresh experience. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it from start to finish. Wow. So there's actually some things in this world that elude the all-knowing mind of Rosette Twinings. Well, if it helped you enjoy the film, then I'm glad. I'm not quite sure how to put it, but even though this movie seems like your typical flashy thriller movie at first glance, once you watch it all the way through, you realize there's quite a lot more moral subtext and even a bit of a satirical bent to the whole thing, especially given the way it's all the most greedy and distrusting characters who wind up losing in the end. True, even though the plot was about a dubious game of betrayal, the protag stuck to his guns, managed to pull through and win at the last second. While the happy ending might feel too good to be true, the plot can be seen as a cynical take on what happens to society when no one trusts each other. Also, I got a real kick out of how all the spectators and the host of the games got cheated out of the ending they wanted. Sure was cathartic seeing a bunch of rich assholes losing their minds after they spent the whole movie treating human beings like circus animals. Yeah, I felt the same way. I guess that's why, despite all the terrible things that happened up until that point, the movie didn't end up leaving a bad taste in my mouth. After everything they did, it would have been pretty depressing if we didn't see the host and spectators get their comeuppance like that. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for the movie. Yep. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. Oh, so close. Yay, Ketra. Okay. That's that.
Care for some popcorn?
We've got couple of things to do here. We'll come back later to talk to everybody, but for now...
Well then.
Ugh, that popular bar popped up and has been taking some of my customers. After I went through all that trouble coming up with new menu items too, am I going to be able to meet my targets? Now the popcorn's getting all soggy too. Talk about a hit to the old confidence. Maybe I'll catch a movie during my lunch break and reset. I love movies, but I haven't been able to watch any these days. I really should stay focused on selling my new menu items rather than taking a breaks. What should I do? Shino? Hey, Shino. Sangria.
Thank you.
If it isn't Van and pals. Long time no see. It's sure been a minute. I didn't realize you were back in town, Shino. Weren't you taking your bar all over the country? Yep. Since it's on wheels, I figured I'd better use that to my advantage and take it to all sorts of places. I had the opportunity to meet all kinds of people, and I learned a lot. That right. So you found your own way of running a business, huh? It's too bad I won't get to enjoy your drinks as often as I'd like, but I'll be rooting for you. Thanks. I'll work hard to live up to your expectations. Bermati's the one who gave me the push I needed. And it's thanks to him that I'm staying true to myself and traveling the country with my bar. Who knows? We might end up bumping into each other out there somewhere.
Well then. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, got a minute?
She wants to make a brand new ultimate taco. From what you've told me, it seems like she likes affordable, delicious food, right? If that's the case, then she might be interested to hear about the Eastern Imperial Feast we have in Eastern cuisine. I think I've heard about this before. The Kowloon Hotel's restaurant used to offer full-course meals inspired by it. It's a dining concept that originated in the imperial court. Delicacies from cultures embraced by the East would be served to the emperor. Exactly. 8 delicacies are selected from across 4 different types of dishes: mountain, sea, land, and air. That is, poultry. Altogether, they were once renowned as the 32 delicacies. Dishes of every kind, huh? Sounds pretty incredible. It's hard to even imagine. That said, it does sound like it would have the sort of impact Primo would be into. Forget about whether she'd even be able to prepare that many dishes. Just the concept of combining multiple delicacies sounds like it'd be right up her alley. I'm glad I could be of service. All right. Finish those talking points later. What you got?
Please take as much time as you need.
Croquettes.
I hope to see you again.
Albert's such an earnest young man. Having him here was a huge help. It'll be a little lonely without him, but I'm sure he'll pop back in as a customer. I hope he does well in his new role as student council president. Albert could be a little unreliable at times, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. He even went out of his way to introduce me to one of his underclassmen when he quit. I'll be cheering for him in his new role as student council president. Bite-sized falafel. I did make one of those. Bite-sized falafel, coming from Fairy. Oh, I don't have beast essence. Oh, okay, that's gonna have to wait. Grumble.
Can I interest you in some space-themed merchandise? Please, step on it.
Got something to ask you.
You're the man who came by this morning. Ginny's friend, right? Afraid I haven't heard from her since. Anybody here? Well, she's a friendly person, so she's built rapport with many of the people here. Lucia was especially close to her. They talk to each other about all kinds of things. So she might be the one to ask. She should be here right now. Thank you so very much, sir. They've officially announced the launch date for the manned mission to space. May still be delayed on account of the weather, which is putting everyone on edge. I certainly understand why, but the forecast does suggest the rain will come to an end soon. Everybody just needs to take a deep breath. Why not relax here for a while? Oh, hi, kitty. Takayoshi. What a strange cat. Right? It's almost like he's thinking about something, though I'm probably just imagining things. We put umbrellas out on the terrace on rainy days, but we definitely don't get as many customers. Hopefully the rain stops soon. Kakayoshi's been acting kind of strange since this morning. I don't think it's because of the rain. I wonder if something happened. Kakayoshi's a black cat, and he's been our poster boy for ages now. Apparently the owner named him after a book, but I don't really know the details.
Got something to ask you.
This is about Ginny, right? The owner told me about it, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her either. You know what? I just remembered something. I only learned this recently, mind you, but it turns out my little brother Kirk knows her. Your little brother? Yep, I don't know how they came to know each other, though. Kirk plays basketball with a team in the Seedon district. He should be playing there now, so maybe try talking to him. Talk about a small world. You got that right. Just curious, is Ginny a big basketball fan? Oh, yeah. She's real athletic, so she loves playing a game of hoops. I suppose it shouldn't be surprising. She's always been real cheerful. She can get to be friends with just about anyone, which explains why she's got such a big circle. Right. Why don't we organize the info we've gathered? Seems like Ginny's got worries of her own. It sounds like she wanted to work more shifts to make more money. That seems to be the case, whether life's been hard for her or not. She was also acquainted with Lucia's younger brother, Kirk. He was part of the Seedon District's basketball team, right? Apparently, Ginny was athletic and liked basketball. I guess she stopped by somewhere after her shift at the hotel, too. Could be it was a basketball court where she could work up a sweat. In which case, she would probably know the entire basketball team, not just Kirk. That makes sense. You connected the dots so nicely. We've still got a lot to uncover, but it sounds like we've got ourselves a lead. Yeah, let's head for the basketball court.
Well then.
Okay. Well, we're going to come back here for other stuff. Basketball cart means Seedon District.
Then let's head over.
Oof. Come talk to Eddie about the food stuff.
Pardon me.
If I remember right, these guys were on a basketball team. Might as well do things in order. Let's start with the basketball court. Oh, fine. I thought that was going to be restaurant stuff.
Come on, Simon. You guys can do this.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, yeah. Ginny's super good at basketball. I should know. I played against her a few times. Is it true that nobody knows where she is? Yeah, she's been gone since this morning. Have you seen her anywhere? Not today, no. Last time would have been the day before yesterday? She said she'd be back. I wonder what happened. I see. You could try asking Simon, too. He's our captain, so he notices that kind of stuff. I take it he isn't here now. Nah, I think he went to check out a food stall run by some guy named Eddie. Maybe you'll run into him on the main street. Right. Then let's get over there.
Additionally, been observed on the outskirts of Barnet.
Pardon me.
You don't know where Ginny went, huh? Do you know anything, Simon? I don't just know. I actually saw her a little while ago. Really? Sounds like we've already hit the bullseye. Where did you see her? Under the overpass by the hotel. I saw her when I was on my way here from the basketball court. She was all by her lonesome. Oh, wait. I was there too. Why didn't you say anything? Well, I was thinking of going over and saying hi myself, since it was a rare opportunity. But even from far away, I could tell she seemed kind of down. I figured she wanted to be alone. Well, I'm glad she's been found. Best not let this chance get away. Let's head over there. Looks like someone came through here. Let's do a shard search, just in case. Allow me. Search complete. They appear to be a woman's footprints. Doesn't leave much doubt. Let's follow them, quick. Stick with us. Thank you. Oh, hello. Ginny! There's something definitely off about her. I'll leave the chit-chat for later. Time to divide and conquer these monsters. Oh, I thought there'd be a fight. That wasn't even a warm-up. That ain't something to be disappointed about. It's okay. She appears to be unharmed. But she's still like this, even despite all the commotion? Looks like she's a bit hazy for some reason. Maybe we can bring her back somehow. No! Ginny! Luke? What? Why did this happen? And more importantly, how could you come to such a dangerous place on your own? If I lost you, Luke? She's come too. Oh, thank goodness. Ginny. So, you're saying your memory is fuzzy from this morning all the way until now? I mostly remember what I was doing, but it felt like it was half me, half someone else. I'm so sorry. It seems like I've caused all of you so much trouble. Nah, we were just doing our job. It sounds like you were in a daze. So I guess he was too dazzling and you tried to distance yourself from him. I don't really understand what that even means. Seriously? You're as modest as ever, Luke. Listen, I've always felt jealous of you. Jealous? Yeah. Unlike me, you know a lot, and you're always mature and calm. Plus, you're an engineer. You're completely independent. What? None of those things are that special. That's not true. You have wonderful qualities, and you're honestly pretty popular. You have no idea how worked up I get about it. I don't care about being popular or anything, because the only person whose opinion matters to me is... Wait, what? All right, I've had my fill. You know, I think they suit each other. With that, Van and the others escorted the pair back to the share house, ensuring Ginny had sufficiently recovered. Thank you for what you did today. I reached out to my employers again, too. But still, why did all of that happen in the first place? I guess I shouldn't have been so impatient about getting another job from that recruitment site. Something smells off about this. Mind if I take a look at your screen for a sec? Sure. I don't mind. Ouroboros, Ouroboros, Mayaboros. Huh? I feel like I just saw something. What? She doesn't seem to have noticed, but something definitely flashed on the screen for a moment. Let's just keep it in mind for now.
That's a wrap.
Mira deposit confirmed.
All right. Let's talk to these two, and then we'll wrap that up. I guess I'll go get lunch ready. Yeah. Okay.
Searching. Beginning search.
Okay. Well, we'll call that there, and we'll pick it up next time with any other quests we've got. That was that one. So we still have the Ultimate Taco and the Cray Fund Crisis. We have stuff going on. Catch you next time.